If you're from Southeast Asia, you'll probably recognise this plant. It's the Piper Betle or betel leaf, and it's living in my laundry because it's a tropical plant. And if you're interested in edible indoor plants, the betel leaf is well worth considering. It's a beautiful plant and it is also delicious. Hi, I'm Robin and I've been filming my small, cool climate permaculture garden for the last year and a bit. I don't often grow tropical plants, but when I do, they require quite a bit of babying, and I don't have a greenhouse, so I need to bring these plants indoors at night when the temperature plummets. It's a cool temperate zone and not a tropical zone. Luckily, this plant makes a great indoor plant as well as an attractive outdoor garden plant. Later, how to look after your wild betel leaf plant. But first, let's talk about why you would want to grow this gorgeous and delicious perpetual green leaf. The leaves are used generally raw in salad or as a wrap for certain foods. It's a plant that's well known for its culinary value throughout Asia, and it's said to have originated in Malaysia, but it's also known to have been well cultivated for at least 1,000 years throughout Asia. So you'll see this plant from India through to Indonesia, Vietnam. The plant has a lot of medicinal value. It's a very good digestive aid. It's got good antifungal properties, and it's also an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant, so a bit of a fountain of youth. I saw quite a lot of betel leaf when I was recently traveling through Vietnam in beautiful pots and trellised along balconies and just rambling through gardens. And it also featured in some of the beautiful cuisine of Vietnam. But I wondered about the plant because mine at home was quite a smallish plant, about maximum height 60 centimetres and a rambler along the ground, whereas the ones I saw in Vietnam were quite large and trellised along balconies and verandas and up to about almost like a couple of metres tall. And at first I put this down to tropical vigour, but on closer research I've discovered that they are two very different plants used for very different purposes, but they have quite similar leaves. The climbing betel plant that I photographed in Vietnam is actually Piper Betle, B-E-T-L-E, and this is used as a chewing herb, a mouthwash, and often used to wrap the areca palm seed, which is then ingested as a mild stimulant. So they're very different plants. One's for eating and the other's for chewing and then getting rid of, and is never really used in cooking. But I did read that because the leaves are so similar, they're often cut and sold in different ways in marketplaces in Asia. So if they've got their stalks left on, they're generally the edible Saramentosum betel leaf. But if their stalks are cut right up to the leaf, apparently then that is the Piper Betle. And so the wild betel leaf, known as cha plu in Thailand or Lolot in Vietnam, excuse my pronunciation, has a slight peppery flavour, and it's a small plant that creeps along the ground as an understory. It likes shade. The Piper betel, the one used to wrap the betel nut, is called bai plu in Thai and is a vigorous climber that likes sun, and its leaves are thick and more leathery. And I think if you were eating them, you would definitely taste the difference. I purchased my original betel leaf plants online, and they arrived in a package, packed all up in paper. And the logical thing to do with these is not leave them in the container very long. So they need to be unwrapped, and then place the pots in some water, like a dish of water, to get the soil rehydrated. And then what I find when you buy your plants online like this is to repot them fairly quickly as well. I also find it fairly easy to propagate. The little nodes on the plant root really easily in the soil, and you can also propagate the plant in a glass of water to get the roots. The little tag says full sun, but I find in my microclimate the plant requires full shade and regular irrigation. I find the summer sun in my region way too hot and dry for this plant. The soil needs to be well drained and regularly irrigated, moist but not boggy. And so the watering should be frequent but light. The plant likes a fertile soil, a fair amount of humidity, temperatures above 15 degrees, and will die if it's frosted. For indoor care, the plant likes strong indirect light, so not full sun coming through a window. That will be too hot for it. Sometimes the microclimate of winter heating can be too drying. The plant does like humidity. Be careful not to overwater your indoor plant. And generally, I think the plant goes through a bit of a dormant period in winter, and so it'll sit and wait in a holding pattern until the warmer summer weather happens and it can get back outside again. I'm thinking the betel leaf would grow very well in Australia from, say, Sydney on the eastern coast all the way up through to the north of Australia. From those plants that I purchased through root division and cuttings, I've managed to double the amount of plants that I have, and I've produced enough leaves this year for the odd dinner party. As 92-year-old artist Joyce and friends finish off the paintings, I'll introduce a recipe that I adapted from the Sydney Morning Herald Good Food Guide. It's prawn vermicelli and salad with coconut cream, makrut lime and betel leaves, and it's absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching all the way through to the end. Thank you for the subscriptions, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.